For our guest today, we have the Honorable Congressman, which is newly elected, Clay Higgins, and he's here today to share with us information about programs maybe, and also about information that he's aware of that maybe we are not aware of as veterans. So, Representative Congressman, how you doing there?
I'm well, brother.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Thank you for having us, and thank you for your service. And this outreach to the community of veterans that we serve is extremely important to me in my heart and my journey as a man and as a representative. And so I thank you very much for allowing us to be here. This young man is Chris Sullivan.
Okay.
Chris is a field rep that covers the entire district. His office is in Lake Charles.
Okay.
In my Lake Charles office there. Chris is a highly decorated veteran and is a young man that has figured out how to restore his life and build upon the challenge of his injuries that he'd suffered in combat.
Yes.
And I'm very honored to have him here with us today. It's important that our veteran brothers and sisters know that not only are we focused on caring for and loving our veterans from a congressional point of view,
Okay.
but that we're invested from a spiritual basis as veterans ourselves. Now my service, I served my country honorably. I was an MP in the Army, but my service pales in comparison to this young man sitting next to us. So I just want the veterans to, as we begin these interviews, to understand just how significant it is to me as a man and as a veteran to be the kind of representative that's worthy of the veterans that we serve. 133,000 veterans live in the 3rd District.
Okay.
And our goal, my friend, my brother, is to reach into
Yes.
every one of their hearts
Yes.
and let them know that they're loved and appreciated.
Well, I tell you what, irregardless of what our position was in the military, we all put on the uniform to protect this nation. And with our blood, sweat, and tears, we have done so. And we are continuing to do so. And as far as the veterans are concerned, yes, we may go into a little period here, but with people such as yourself and Chris out there trying to promote veterans and help the veterans any way possible, we can do a lot of great things.
That's right.
So, Chris, tell me a little bit about yourself, man. I mean, what did you do?
I was in the Army. I was a 12 Bravo combat engineer. May 21st of 05 was on that fateful day. I was out in an EOD mission and got shot by a sniper in my neck, busted my carotid jugular, my carotid artery, and severed my spine.
Okay.
And while I was laying on the road in Iraq, there was 2 forces that came together on that hot sunny day, and that was God Almighty and the American veteran, my battle buddies. And while I was laying out on that road, bleeding out, I looked up and I said, God, you saved me today. You guide this medic's hands, and you saved my life today. I will devote my life to the 2 forces that came together on that day. And you know what? He did. They worked very vigorously and very, very, very good on me. And that's why I'm here today. So now it's my turn. And with the help of Congressman Higgins, that allows me to come and work for our fellow veterans in this district, I'm able to do what I said I was going to do, fulfill my destiny, and help my fellow veterans and serve my Lord.
Well, I tell you what, my friend, you said a mouthful there. And we have veteran comrades out there that's behind you 100%. Okay.
Roger that.
There is no difference once we put on the uniform, regardless of what military branch you're in. We are all comrades, and we're protecting each other's back.
You know, what I would ask of your viewers is to just feel our heart, measure our spirit with this thing. just how invested and dedicated we are to serve the veterans of the 3rd District. And if you are a veteran and you're watching this viewing, if you've felt in the past that your congressional office just wasn't getting it done, too much red tape, too much bureaucracy, you've stepped away from the services and benefits that you've earned, please, I implore you to reach into my Lafayette office. We'll provide that number on your screen here. It's very easy to find. Reach into the Lafayette office or reach into the Lake Charles office, whichever you're closer to, and ask us to help you, and we will. We will.
I'm sure we have to stop right here. Just the first segment, 6 minutes, went pretty good.
Okay.
We'll be back. We're back with Congressman Clay Higgins, and I want to ask him what's going on in the district since you've become our representative.
Well, brother, for veterans specifically, since that's what we're discussing today, first of all, our congressional office in Lafayette is in the Chase Building on Jefferson Street on the 8th floor. It's very accessible. The office in Lafayette, if you or your viewers are familiar, had been in the courthouse, the federal courthouse. We moved the offices from there because I felt it was a bit too restrictive.
Okay.
It was just too much hassle to get in. You know, no disrespect for my predecessors, you understand. And security was very high in that location, but I was more concerned with opening an office that my fellow man and certainly my veteran brothers and sisters felt accessible. And so in Lafayette, one the 8th floor of the Chase Building on Jefferson Street, and in Lake Charles, we're in the Capital One building, which is the same building right there by the lake. It's the same building where Dr. Bustani had his offices before. So each office is up and running, man. Beautifully staffed with people that know what they're doing, solid caseworkers with a lot of experience, dedicated field representatives, and we're available to you. So the kind of work that we've been blessed to be able to perform is along these lines. And this is an interesting insight. We have 133,000 veterans in the 3rd District of Louisiana. It's the highest density of populations of veterans in the state of Louisiana. Despite the fact there's 133,000 veterans, only 30,800 of those veterans regularly accessed their health care. Why?
That's all?
That's right. Why, we ask? Because of the hassle, man. Because of the red tape, the bureaucracy. Because these men and women had just given up, man. They had tried and tried and tried through the years, sometimes decades, to get things done, and they just kept hitting brick walls. So this is the kind of focus that we're bringing to the table now. Across the 3rd District to our veterans. They're coming in now weekly. By the word is getting out there that this congressional office is staffed with a lot of veterans. We're serving for the right reasons. We're dedicated to help, and by God, our veterans have earned that help. So, one case at a time, our veteran brothers and sisters approach our office. It has to begin with the veteran. The veteran's got to come to us. They have to contact us, or else we can't help you without your authorization to help you. But if you do that, if you will avail yourself to us and allow us to help you, you will be treated as the veteran that you are, not as a case number or a folder on a desk somewhere. You're a human being that has just sacrificed your time and your in some cases, parts of your life and limb, and you suffer injuries that are uniquely veteran-centric injuries, and we need just you to allow us to help you. So this is what's happening, man. Imagine receiving a letter. Imagine what it would do to your heart to receive a letter from the father of a young veteran that has worked for years to get just a diagnosis, an MRI done, and a surgery scheduled. And within a couple of weeks of working with Chris, we got it done, surgery scheduled. We're just not going to stop. We're going to work every day to provide the love and respect and care that our veterans deserve. I'm going to ask Chris to pick a case without using a name, because we would want that veteran-specific permission to do that. But just briefly, in the next minute or so, tell us about one case, Chris.
Well, my most unique case, I think, that came across was a Vietnam veteran. He was injured in Vietnam many moons ago, and he wasn't getting the care that I think he needed, the benefits that he deserved.
Got about 30 seconds here.
Yeah. So went ahead and we got everything. Me and the congressman worked really hard on him, and once we got his information, I sat down with him and got his background, and the office got him over $100,000 worth of benefits that he was entitled to since Vietnam.
Yes, I can understand that. Right now we're coming to this end of this second segment. We'll be right back. We're back with Congressman Clay Higgins, and I think he's to jump into his D.C. Events. Being a congressman there, I think he's involved with the Veterans Affairs Committee, right?
Yes, sir. And I'm here with Chris Sullivan, my veteran field representative, who's doing wonderful work. And some of the successes that the 3rd District Congressman Bustani was able to accomplish, that I'd love to give him credit for, is the opening of the brand new clinic, outpatient clinic in Lafayette that was opened very recently, and another one scheduled to open in October and November in Lake Charles.
Lake Charles,
Beautiful,
yes.
Outpatient clinics, highest technology. I'm telling you, it's like Star Trek Next Generation technology in these clinics. It's beautiful and very uplifting. The way they're put together, respective of military service. So that's a success that I would love to, with all humility and respect for my predecessor, give Dr. Bustani. In Washington now, I have the honor of serving on the Veterans Affairs Committee and the VHA, the Health Subcommittee. And we are committed under Chairman Rowe and Secretary Shulkin. We are committed to restoring patient-centered health care for our veterans across the country, and certainly that includes the 3rd District. So we're doing big work, man. We're moving away from sort of the mothership paradigm of veterans health care, where there's a big hospital somewhere far away.
Yes.
We want our veterans to be able to have a one-on-one patient relationship with their doctor, and for primary care locally, where they can get, because sometimes transportation can be a problem, man, for a veteran this is some of the reasons that so many veterans don't access their available benefits and health care. which we're determined through the Veterans Affairs Committee and VHA Subcommittee. We're working every day with brilliant staff, and my dedicated chairman, who's Chairman Rose, who's a doctor himself, a veteran doctor, and Secretary Shulkin. We're working towards developing a system where an American veteran can see their local doctor, as long as that's a veterans VA certified doctor, which we're really digging into expanding the access to veteran certified doctors and healthcare professionals. It's been very difficult in the past. You have many doctors that are veterans themselves that would love to have the VA patch on their white jacket, but the hassle and the bureaucracy of dealing with that is just become overwhelming through the decades. We're rolling that stuff back, man, to make it easier for a doctor that wants to serve veterans and for a healthcare professional that wants to serve veterans, making it much easier for them to become part of the system, so that our veteran brothers and sisters across the country and within the 3rd District, of course, would have access to a local doctor that they can develop a patient-doctor relationship with, just like anyone does with their primary care physician. And then that primary care physician, whether it's the doctor at a VA outpatient clinic or a doctor at their local with his own private practice, that doctor would partner with specialists where, for MRIs or advanced diagnosis or treatment that wouldn't be handled by that primary care physician. And then that veteran would go and receive that specialty care or advanced diagnosis procedure like an MRI. So our goal is to allow veterans to have access to localized health care and really cultivate a relationship. And if you could, just for a minute, talk about that, Chris, about how important that is.
It's not just important to give a veteran health care. It's very important, it's very high on our list to give good quality health care to the veterans that truly deserve it, that defended this country and that has defended her when she had to go to war. They stood up for this country, and they deserve to have specialty health care, any type of health care, and it should be specialized through the VA.
Yes, that's what we're focused on, sir,
Well,
at this time.
I'm looking at you are involved with information that can really affect the veterans' lives. And I hope you take this time to take advantage of Congressman Clay Higgins' office to help us help you. And the same thing goes for me. I'm hoping you contact Veterans Corner, which will make it easier also to provide information and everything else on the website. But overall, though, it's about you, Congressman, helping out and reach out to the veterans here.
And we're working, yes, sir, it is. It's about caring for our veterans. And we're working very closely, by the way, with veteran service organizations. We've cultivated a wonderful and strong brotherly relationship with the leaders of those groups.
Okay. I'm sorry to say that this is going to end the 3rd segment and the show. Congressman, thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
Okay.
Chris, thank you for being here.
Thank you, sir.